Are you thinking about trying out backpacking for the first time, or perhaps even planning out your first through hike, but you're unsure how to choose a route for your backpacking trip or what type of navigation systems are available for your through hike? Let's talk through some of these things and make it easier for you to get out on the trail. Hi everyone, I'm Audrey. In 2018, I quit my amazing job in Washington, D.C. to through hike the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine. It was freaking magical. Okay, let's talk backpacking first and foremost. There are a lot of resources out there to plan day hikes and backpacking trips. A couple of my favorites are apps called All Trails and Pro Trails. You can filter hikes within these apps depending on the area that you want to go to, how difficult you want your route to be, how long you want your route to be, and even more. Once you've chosen a route, you should look into the specific wilderness regulations of that area. Can you have fires? Do you need a permit for a fire? What are the rules around human waste? Do you need a permit to hike this route? Do you need a permit only at certain times of the year? Is the wilderness area open? In Colorado, some of the places that I like to hike are closed at certain times of the year for elk breeding season, for example. You want to look at all of the rules and regulations because in every wilderness area, they're different depending on the needs of that ecosystem. Once you've chosen a backpacking route, you've looked at all the regulations for that wilderness area, you're ready to go, you're packing up your stuff, make sure safety first, you have the 10 essentials of hiking. The American Hiking Society recommends that you have these things for all hikes, and these 10 essentials are proper footwear, a map and compass and or GPS, rain gear and quick drying layers, food, water and a way to purify it, safety items such as a way to make fire, a light and a whistle, which by the way, a lot of packs now are made with whistles built right in, a first aid kit and a knife or a multi-tool, sun protection and shelter. In addition to bringing the 10 hiking essentials, make sure you take safety precautions before you venture out on your hike, including telling someone where you're going and when you plan to return, making sure you pack for all different kinds of weather, and I personally bring an external battery for my phone. I have this one from Anchor brand. That way I can charge my phone and my other electronics while out in the wilderness. But be forewarned, in a lot of wilderness areas, you will not have cell phone reception. So again, just make sure you're taking safety precautions before you actually head out on your hike. You should also make sure before you go that you're aware of where the water sources are, know where the campsites are. And do you need to make reservations for those campsites? Because even in the wilderness, a lot of places fill up quickly, especially in peak hiking season, like in the summer. So you'll need to know in advance, do I need to reserve a campsite ahead of time? How many miles am I going to need to do each day in order to get to those campsites, etc. So that is how I would go about planning a backpacking route. On to through hiking, but there are two major resources that people use for the Appalachian Trail. These are AWOL, which is a book or PDF, and this lists things like where are the campsites? What are the different landmarks that you can use to figure out what mile you're at? Where are the water sources? Where are the jump offs in order to get into towns? Things like that. You can also use Gut Hook Guides, which is an interactive app. It has the same sorts of information, but the difference is that people will update this and leave comments in real time about, oh, this water source is reliable, or oh, this is a great campsite, or oh, don't count on water being here. So you can find out this information in real time. While AWOL is only for the Appalachian Trail, Gut Hook Guides actually has guides for a whole bunch of different long trails. So if you want to do the AT or the Pacific Crest Trail or the Continental Divide Trail, or even some of the smaller trails, Gut Hook has guides for all of those different trails. There are other resources out there, but those are the two big ones that I always hear about people using. I've also seen people carry little paper maps that they can fit in their wallet or the hip belt pockets of their backpack. Anyway, you guys, I hope that you found this helpful. If you have questions about planning and navigating a backpacking trip, or how you find your way on a thru hike, leave a question in the comment section. If you have other resources that you love that you've used for backpacking or thru hiking, please put those in the comment section as well. Make sure to stay tuned on the Oboz channel for more thru hiking content, and check out my channel, Audrey Adventures, for more Appalachian Trail content, as well as other hiking and backpacking content. Thanks so much for listening. I'll talk to you all later.